I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Live and conquer. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match.
When you're a competitive athlete, you learn very quickly how strong you are, shedding you are, all of those things. But it could very well be that there's a lot of people who have an equally as good a body as you have. Performs just as well. There's us muscular, let's say bodybuilding. There's exactly the same kind of proportions and all of these things. The question really is what puts you over the top. It is the mind that really creates the body. It's the mind that makes you really work out 4 or 5 hours a day. It is the mind that visualizes what the body ought to look like as a finished product. When I used to do seminars on how to get in shape, I would always ask people, why do you want to be a champion? What do you want to accomplish? Why are you training? The guy would get up and he would say, well, I want to train because I think that I get muscular. And, I feel like I'm getting the kind of definition and then maybe in the bodybuilding competition. There's a if you think this way, you're going to be a loser. You're never going to make it because there's no maybe. You've got to get up and say, I want to be a champion. And I do whatever it takes. The amount of hours it takes, the posing, the this, the that, the visualization, looking at training footage, looking at motivational books, reading this, whatever it takes, I would do. That's the answer I want to know. You can detect right away those that are going to be shaky and that will fall behind and they will not go all the way, and those that are very hungry. That hunger you have to develop because you have to create a goal for yourself, whatever that may be, a short-term goal and a long-term goal. You got to go after that. And if you do not see it, if you do not believe it, who else will? The body is very important, but the mind is more important than the body. You have to visualize what that body looks like in order to make it win. Because that's what creates then the will that you need to go to the gym every day. The will that makes you go into the force grip. The will that makes you go beyond and you do your 500-pound reps in the squats and you can't do another rep and your body is shaking. It's the will that makes you go one more time down and struggle up one more time. And so it's all of this, so the mental aspect that motivates you and that makes the difference between you being in the gym full of joy and looking forward to doing that extra rep and looking forward to doing those extra 100 reps in the sit-ups and working past the pain barriers. That all is the mind. That's not the body. So this is why I think the body is very important, but the mind is more important than the body. So you got to go to the gym and feel like every rep that you do is getting you one step closer to that goal. To make that vision that you have turn into reality. And that's why when you look at pumping iron, for instance, you can see that we always had great joy in the gymnasium. And people were saying, why would you laugh and have a good time? You're working at 5 hours. Well, we did because I knew that every workout, every 5 hours, would get me closer to becoming the Mr. Olympia or the Mr. Universe or the Mr. World and all these things. And I think that if you think that along the way you're not going to fail, then you're blind. Because there's no one that I've ever met, no matter how successful they are, that haven't said that they had their failures along the way. You have to. I mean, the only way that you really know that you can lift 500 pounds is if you're willing to fail. So if you're afraid of failure, then you will never grow. The people that grow the furthest are the people that really don't care. They fail or they make it, they're going to take that risk because that's what you have to do. I think what we learn in sports is very helpful to anything and everything else that you do. So now you apply that principle to acting. And you say, well, wait a minute. I put 5 hours in every day in working out. I did my posing 1 hour a day, I did my stretching and this and that, and all of those kind of things. So now let me apply the same thing to my acting career. Let's go to acting class every day. Let's go and work on the accent the same amount of time with the same will, and let's visualize what am I shooting for? Okay, I want to be another Clint Eastwood. I want to be another John Wayne. I want to be another Kirk Douglas, all those great heroes that I admired as a kid. So that's what I'm going after. And that same principle works, even though there's so many people around that say, no, you will never make it because you have an accent, your body is too big, and your name Schwarzenegger or whatever, who can pronounce that? But you know. It doesn't matter if anyone else knows, and if anyone else believes in it, you know. And that you know that principle of visualizing yourself as a star will work, and all you have to do now is go towards that vision.